Hello everyone, good evening and welcome to this session on JIPMAT, your ticket to IIMs after class 12. If you're not aware about JIPMAT, let me give you a brief introduction about JIPMAT before I introduce the panel to you. JIPMAT is the examination, the entrance, which gives you admissions to two of the big IIMs in the country, IIM Jammu and IIM Bodh Gaya. Both these institutions are well known for their MBA, the PGP programs, but they have also started the 5-year integrated program in management after class 12, which means you don't have to wait to complete your graduation to get into both the colleges or the institutions. Rather, you can get into these IIMs immediately after class 12. And because this year JIPMAT is scheduled in the first week of July, we thought it's appropriate to have all your doubts cleared. And that's why we have this session today where we have invited the key people from both the institutions. We not only have the chairpersons from the IIM Jammu and IIM Bodh Gaya, but we are also fortunate to have students who are already there in the IPM program. And I think उनसे बेहतर कोई अपने experiences share नहीं कर सकता है. So every time people want, can I meet somebody who can talk about the experiences they are sharing, they are having in the institution. So we do have students from the colleges itself who will be talking about the institution, their experiences about the program. During this session, we'll have a lot of interaction happening. I'll be asking a lot of questions to the panel members. So they'll keep on answering all those questions, and they'll also be clarifying all the doubts. So don't hesitate. Please put your doubts in the comment box. If you have any questions regarding the course, the IPM program itself, if you have any question regarding the two campuses, IIM Bodh Gaya, IIM Jammu, please feel free to put your queries in the chat box. We'll be taking it from there, and all your queries will be resolved during the course of the session. In this session, we'll learn a lot about the IPM program. We'll also talk a little bit about the JIPMAT examination, which is your gateway to these two institutions. So before I start, let me introduce you to the panel members for today. So we have Dr. Raveesh Krishnan, who is the chairperson at IIM Bodh Gaya for the IPM program. We have Dr. Durba from IIM Bodh Gaya again, Dr. Durba Banerjee. We have Dr. Rashmi Ranjan Panda from IIM Jammu. He is the chairperson admissions at IIM Jammu IPM program. And we have Ritambra and Madhav from IIM Bodh Gaya. They are already experiencing the program. They are studying in the IPM program over there. So I think इनसे बेहतर कोई नहीं हो सकता है जो आपको IPM program के बारे में बता सकता है. We also have Ojal Ritambra from IIM Jammu. I think Swati is also there. So we'll be coming back to all of the students. So we have, I can see in the chat box already there are a lot of questions coming up. Students are writing regarding the examination itself. So we'll come to all that. Let me first put this question, and let me start this session by putting this question to Dr. Raveesh. Dr. Raveesh, of late, we have seen that students are becoming really keen about this IPM program. They are very much keen to get into the IIMs after class 12. But still, somehow, there is a lack of awareness, I feel, because there's not much information out there. While they get to know from some resource or the other, some source of the other. Why don't you guys do a lot of sessions? That's my first question. Why don't you guys do a continuous lot of sessions across the year so that more and more students get to know and get benefited about this program? Because I think when we'll be talking about the IPM program, they'll understand why it is important, why it is good for them. But my very first question, मैं आपसे ये question इसलिए पूछ रहा हूँ कि हम जब एग्जाम आता है तब तो सेशंस बच्चों के लिए कर रहे होते हैं, बट पूरे साल क्यों नहीं कर रहे होते?
It's rightly pointed out. Yeah, we were doing a lot of session even during not an exam time. With career launcher itself, we had a session 2 months prior to this. So we are doing it, and we are trying to increase the awareness about IPM program. Still, many don't know about IPM program. Many class 12 students. That's the right thing. We are not advertised in newspaper ad and all, but yes, in social media, we were there in social media from very beginning. Our students are doing continuously, on social media, and as well as in YouTube channels, it is there. But somebody is not, not accustomed with the social media or YouTube channels. Yes, definitely they may not be aware about IPM program, but we will be doing it very continuously from here onwards, that to cater more students, and that is where that we are looking you people as a career launcher, that as a coaching institute where students know much better and this, so that you can make them aware that there is a course and there is an institute like this.
Yeah, I think together we have to do a lot of these informative awareness seminars for the students. So I'll quickly jump onto the program itself. So we have all known about BBA after class 12. We have heard about BMS, whichever form it is, there in different universities and colleges. Uh, while we have today 5 IIMs offering this program, and I'm hopeful in future we'll have more IIMs coming up. I'm sure you might have the better information. But why a student should even look forward to this program? Well, there are many a times I get this question that what about my 5 years? What if I tomorrow I realize I'm getting stuck? So why IPM should be the preferred choice instead of BBA or a BMS? Why one should not think for a 3-year program and rather go for this program itself? What makes it different from the normal management courses which are offered at UG level? Why one should even think of it?
Say, IPM program, that IPM, it's a 5-year integrated residential program. See, in 5 year, you are focused. You don't need to worry. If you are just done a BBA from some other institute, after BBA, you in the half of BBA itself, you should start thinking that where I should join my MBA. Should I go for some other course, or should I work somewhere? So you will have hundreds of questions in your mind. You are not focused. So in between itself, you might lose focus. But here you are focused. It's a residential program. It's a peer learning, and you are trained, mentored by a world class faculties and industry people, with all with a very quality material and things, and guided in a proper direction where you can choose. You want to be an entrepreneur, you want to be a consultant, you want to be a trainer, you want to be in any industry, and again which industry, which I can, because you have here 5 year, you can experiment yourself, and you have that much time. You are free to do all these things, with lot of activities, like the IIMs are IIMs just because of students and the student driven activities and the peer learning that happens, because here India's topmost students, top ranked students comes and learn and discuss, and that learning happens, that experience happens. So it's all about an experience, and IIMs gives you an altogether a different experience that you don't get it. So that's where an IPM program is making a difference among other programs.
Okay. Dr. Rashmi, if you would like to add anything to this from what you have been offering, what makes different the IPM program at IIM Jammu? A little
Yeah,
good insight about that.
yes, Mr. Amirendra, it's a very apt question and very often many people ask. Okay, so it's a country which is obsessed with engineering and medical education after plus two. If a child is studying, 12, and it is sometimes very difficult for parents to look beyond this, and sometimes it was social pressure. There was a time where people used to find out their career option after they do their BTech. So once they do BTech, they used to think whether I should go for MBA, whether I should continue, or whether I do some banking. But now the time is shifting. Now it is more, people are getting more focused. They are choosing their career path and they want to excel in that path instead of becoming, going this way, then changing their path. So a program like IPM, I think it's for those people who have set up their mind to pursue their career in the management field, and they want to pursue in this direction. Apart from the way the course is designed, as my colleague was saying, this course also includes a lot other part which helps the students to gain knowledge from science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. This is a program which is very agnostic of your background. You can be from arts, you can be from science, you can be from commerce, any background, so you can assimilate. So there is lot of amalgamation of different knowledge system is there. Apart from, as Dr. Raveesh was rightly saying, this is the peer learning, the institute, the importance, the institute of national importance, the faculty members, the whole infrastructure, and the learning system which provides them. Apart from that, placement opportunity, and if a student wants to pursue something else, or they want to become an entrepreneur, as uh, Dr. Raveesh rightly said, so there is multiple career opportunity at their doorstep. So that's why I said, in a country which is obsessed with engineering and medical, this time for parents to look beyond. There are much more lucrative and fulfilling career options like IPM is available. So they should go for this.
Yeah, I completely agree to your statement. We are very much, as a society, we are very much obsessed with engineering and medical. Actually, in fact, just before this, when I was doing a session, I had a few questions on that actually. Okay, so we understand IPM definitely comes as a good choice for somebody who is looking forward to a management as a career in future, and definitely there are a lot of aspects which can be looked into. And one of you, which you about placements you spoke about, and there's something which I come across quite often when people ask me. These two institutions have just started with the IPM program. So, of course, it will take another 4 years for the first batches to graduate. So, maybe any one of you, Dr. Durba, Raveesh, any one of you can answer this. When I get this question, sir, what about the placement? I usually talk about the MBA placements, which I know is already good in both the campuses. So how do you, how if this question is presented to you, how do you tackle this question actually? So what should be your answer to this key placements, which should happen 4 years, 5 years down the line, but we get a lot of queries. What will happen to the placements?
Durba ma'am, you can. Otherwise, I will add after that. Yeah, ma'am, you can start, ma'am. Then I will add.
No, I think the details Professor Raveesh will share, but I can only start by saying that both Ambendu and the rest of the audience that's here for Career Launcher can see the sample right in front of them. So if our IPM students here are able to be so presentable, tackle your audience and the questions so beautifully, I mean, I'm sure that they'll leave a beautiful impression on the recruiters also. So as far as the details are concerned, well, the course is rigorous enough to give them the shine that is required in their UG, and while they go to their PG, obviously, I mean, the tiny details that are missing will be filled in. Ravi sir, if you could fill in with the details of the course structure a little bit more, I think they'll be able to
Yeah,
understand and
that would
respect
be
this.
great. In fact, for that, I'll be coming to Dr. Rashmi as well. So, a little understanding of the insight of the program. So, what happens in those 5 years? How it is structured? So, a student would definitely be looking forward to when they are talking about 5 years. Plus, I would also want you to stress on the fact that. There are a lot of students who come to me and ask, "Is there an exit option?" So when I talk about the exit option, I also tell them, it's not just that you have the exit option; colleges also have the option for you. So there are some specific academic requirements I know at both the places. So if you both can elaborate on that as well.
Definitely. So I'll just start with IM Bodh, then Rashmi sir can add Jim. So just adding with the placement also, just what Durba madam just rightly mentioned. You see, I already told it's all about student driven. Yes, IIMs will give placement, but so it's we are not actually, we can say it's not a placement agency. We make students to be placed. So we give all the things which is required for them to get placed in any industry. So that is the main job. So once they spend 5 years, definitely they are going to get it a job anyway. So that's how. So it is. It's all about So and above that, you can see our placement records. It is visible in website. We are very transparent in this case. The IIMs are very transparent. So entire details are there in website regarding the highest salary, lowest package, a median average, and where the students are placed, the company's list. Everything is visible in your website. You can go through it and understand. And last year, our fees was around 12.5 lakhs for MBA, and just average package also it was 12.5 lakhs. So somebody look into ROI, so you can directly get what was it is. So the rest you can just see it. And when it comes to cost structure, we spend almost 7 to 8 months thinking what should offer to an IPM student, what makes it's better. So we thought, this 21st century students, now it's all about mobile world. The student born of just they start looking chatting internet. So internet, this kind of another, what kind of things that we should teach them and how the course should be. So then, after a lot of discussion with academic committee, the entire faculty of IIM Bodh Gaya, and even we discussed with other IIMs, and then we thought of, it should be an overall. We have to give an overall, aspects to the students, not just a management course like finance, marketing, HR, but they should know the other aspects as well. So that will help them in management, because management is for everyone. Management is there in every field. So it is for everyone. It is not for some specific section of people. It is for the everyone. So we thought of starting with a semester base. So IIM Bodh Gaya and IIM Jammu, we have a semester based program for the first 3 years undergraduate, that is BBA program. Once they move to MBA, then they will have a tri-semester base. So in the initially undergraduate level semester base, thing is that we need to give them enough time to learn things, because the first 3 year our focus is to make them conceptually clear. So that is why semester based, so that they get enough time. The second, we emphasize more on overall development. So to get an overall development, it's not just a core management course, but we have added a lot of liberal arts courses like dance, music, arts, history, geography, psychology, sociology. All such courses are there in their semesters, so that they don't get bored. It's not that we want the student should be well mentally and physically fit, so that we don't want them. We like, normally everybody give opportunities in the campus that they can do cultural activities, but we inbuilt in the curriculum itself, so that every student will participate in one or other activities in their career. So that's why all these courses are compulsory, and it is there. We start with our session every day in like Madhav and Saumya, they start with their yoga session. So we have a yoga class, so it's the early morning start with the yoga. Even I participate, so we all together participate, because we need so that's a part of curriculum. It's a strict curriculum that a student should be mentally and physically fit, then only they can learn. And then we talk about all the management courses we have kept. We have courses on skill development, like skill development like Excel, IT related courses, so that they will be equipped with such courses. We have course in economics and economics related aspects. We have courses on IT and IT related subjects, and we have courses on core management aspects. So we have arranged in such a fashion that every semester will have a 10 to 20% management courses, a 10 to 20% liberal arts courses, a 10 to 20% communication and other related aspects. So we balanced in a semester that students should not overloaded with a core papers. A student will have complete balance in every semester. They will have they need to learn some core courses. They need to learn some mathematics. They need to learn some skill enhancement courses, and they need to learn some amount of communication courses, and then they will have some entertainment course like dance, music, and other aspects. So that is how that we have tried our course structure, so that student will learn. So any student from any background won't face any issue here. For every background there is something or other of their familiar, and something or other they will be learning in new, and everything we start from very basic to advanced. That's how we arrange the course. Thank you.
A very interesting question. I think I would like to pick up at this point of time is so one of the students has posted here. I have heard that there are few boys in IPM at IIM Jammu and IIM Bodh Gaya. Is it true? So, Dr. Rashmi, if you can answer this. So, is this fact? And
Okay.
very interesting, I would say.
Okay, I'll come back to that question. Before that, I will add to what Professor Raveesh was answering, and I'll just add to this. Since the first question you were raising about placement thing, okay, so IIMs or IIT or any institute of eminence is because of that eminence, is because of their students and the quality of students. So if you see the admission process, okay, so there are certain programs where it is easier to enter. Then after you pass out, then you struggle. There are some programs where, yeah, it is more constricted. It is difficult to enter, but once you enter in the system takes care of you, and it makes sure that you are ready enough, so that there is, if there is demand, there is supply. So we are creating that supply, which is, much in demand in the market. So placement is not an issue. So definitely they get through. And as Professor Ravish was giving some figures, so IIM Jammu was having very 100% placement since its inception. And last year we had average of 13.7 with highest of 32 lakh package. So it shows that our students are able to meet the industry requirement, and they are ready to take our students. Apart from that, there was few things I will add about our curriculum and course things. What Professor Ravi said rightly, that it encompasses all things. Apart from that, there are some internships and boot camps that we organize. Like for for IIM Jammu, we organize a boot camp at Ladakh. Apart from that, there are social entrepreneurs, social project. There is also corporate internship project, and also international exchange possibility are there, where student can go to our partner institute in Europe or America or any other institute of their choice, and they can learn from that. So the learning is not limited to only classroom. It is peer learning. It is from the field. It is from the corporate offices. It is from even they have chance to learn from others. Okay, now I'll come to the last question about boys. Yes, because we go by merit, and the girls have outperformed the boys. Yes, the number of girls percentage is more in, and we are really happy and proud about this. There is nothing hiding. Yes, girls have performed better than boys. That's why we have more girls in IIM Jammu.
Uh,
And that's visible on the screen as well. So we only have Madhav from there actually. So that is
no, no.
very much.
I am both guy has more boys. We have at present 45 boys and 20 girls. So
Okay.
it's I am both guy is normal. Only I am Jammu has more girls, but I am both guy has boys
Actually,
as well.
I would like to add, because we are giving a certain
Selection
weightage for
criteria.
girl
Yes.
student, because we want our this is also we are giving for MBA student also. We want more girls and to come up and be in the merit list. But let me tell you, as an admission chair, I can tell you, girls are really performing better than boys. If you see the scorecard, irrespective of any scorecard, you take the top one, so girls are there. So undoubtedly, I can say that they are doing good.
Oh no, that's true even for other entrances. So while you are focused on this, I help students with most of the UG entrances in the country, and that's what I've seen. What you are saying, girls definitely over the last few years, I can see this has been the trend. They have been outperforming. So I would say, boys, whoever are attending this session today, you have your task cut out. Actually, you have to do really well in the examination while you are competing with them. Okay, so from here, let me take a short break with the senior panel members. I'll move on to the students, because one of the most important aspect is to understand the experiences shared by the person. So, and I think these students who are attending this session today, or the parents whose wards are in class 12th right now, appearing for the board exam, or maybe even class 11th right now, these students would want to relate to somebody who is already there actually. So, first of all, I would like to invite Soumya. And Soumya, I believe you also have a short presentation to make. So, if you can go ahead with the presentation and talk a little bit about the program, your experiences as well. Madhav, you can add in, and then we'll move on to the students from IIM Jammu, who will definitely talk about their campus life. That would be great.
I think Soumya, you can just say your experience only. Now, no need presentation. It might it might take time. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so we just said the experience. I think Madhav will start with it.
Yeah. With that video, you can show the video. That would run better, Mother.
Yes, sir, sure, sir. Soumya, please present the video.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Oh, I can see all the happy faces over here actually. So, my question to you, Soumya, Madhav, you have been already there. You have been there for a year. You are part of the first batch of the program. So, if you can share your journey for the last 1 year, how your life has been, uh, so what all your experiences have been, what your daily routine is like actually. So, if you can elaborate a little bit on that.
Yeah, thank you for giving the opportunity to me to speak on this. First of all, after all, it's an IIM, so the academic course is very rigorous there. But nevertheless, we do have some extracurricular courses included in our curriculum only, like dance, drama, and music, which doesn't let us feel the overburdening of the other subjects. And we also are a part of many clubs and committees, which give us the experience of the corporate world right after the class 12 itself. Because the clubs and committees here are student driven. Of course, we do have a chairperson of every club and committee to guide us, but we, the students, only drive that clubs and committees. And of course, life isn't that easier and not that hard to, but I believe that's the beauty of IIM.
So when you are saying life is not that easy, what do you mean by that actually? So it's more of a
See,
disciplined
yeah,
format over there. So
because as Ravish rightly pointed out that we take students on merit basis, complete weightage to JIPMAT. So we expect student also to perform there in the academics. So that's what I mean by that.
okay, so I'll go forward with the very same question to the students from IIM Jammu. Ritambra is there, Ojal and Swati are there. So if you can talk about how uh, the- what has been your experience in the last 1 year, last 365 days? What exactly is your daily? And plus one more question I would add here, which has come from the student. It's the apprehension which I think the student has, and he may not be alone. There would be many more such students because you are already there in the campus. I'm sure you are the right person to answer this. The student was asking this question: does IIM Jammu conduct online classes? Because there are a lot of issues in the region Jammu and Kashmir. So I'm sure we are not talking about IIM classes or online classes over here. But you guys already being in the campus, you can also answer this along with the question: what has been your experience?
So, hello everyone. I am Ritambara Kumari from IIM Jammu and a part of admissions committee as well. So, yeah, my experience at IIM Jammu in 1 year has been wonderful, and I would like to add that. Now we have various committees and clubs. For example, I would like to give you an example of my own committee in which I am. Like, I'm in mess committee, and you won't believe that from the first year itself, I feel to be like managing a lots of stuffs here. Most of the things here is student driven, and we all the students work day and night to carry our institutions. We get an entrepreneurial experience 24 into 7, and also we have lots of sessions in EDC, and various clubs and committees give us a lot of experiences. And also, we have nightlife here, like whole day we have classes and then projects and then works, and then we have games, and then at night also we students discuss a lot of projects. So we here at become a disciplined student, a hard work student, and a passionate student. And being in an entrepreneurial environment 24 into 7 with our seniors and teachers gives us a wonderful environment to develop an entrepreneurial mind, and that's a wonderful thing here. And going with the question, sir, could you please repeat the question?
So the student is asking how secured is the campus. I'm sure this is coming from the present scenario, what is happening over there. So the student is little worried about with so many issues around JNK, how secured is the institution?
Okay, so yeah, we also had this issue before taking admission into IIM Jammu, but let me tell you, it is a very secured institution. And to be honest, I would say that it is very secured than any other state in India, because government also is giving a lot of security to this state, and it is very secure. To be honest, you don't have to worry. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sure the student must be feeling more safe now, actually. And I think institutions are always secured. And when we are talking about institutions like IIM Jammu, IIM Bodh Gaya, all the institutions are institutions of national importance. They are institutions of eminence. I think there's nothing to worry about as such. All that I can say.
Mr.
A lot
Ravi,
of questions.
I'll just to
Sure.
add to this, because many people who have not been to Jammu and Kashmir, they think Jammu and Kashmir is one. Actually, Jammu and Kashmir is far apart. You hear everything that is only pertain to something around in Kashmir. Jammu is around 10 kilometers journey by road, and it takes more than an hour to reach by flight. Jammu is nothing to do with this. And people who visit Vaishno Devi, Mata Vaishno Devi, which is visited by maximum pilgrimage in India, okay, it is situated just 30 kilometers away from our campus. Okay, and it has more than 150 railway train connection, and probably every day we have 15 flight connection from Delhi. So this is a misconception. People who have never been to this part of India, they have no idea. They think Jammu and Kashmir similar. It's actually very different, and the overall life quality of life and socio-economic condition is far better than most of the states in India. So I think people should visit and explore.
Okay. The another question is now we'll move on to the admissions part, because that is where a lot of questions are also coming out. Students having done some error in the application form, whether it's later, but I'll come to that later. Is there any change in the admission policy for this year by both the respective institutions? Any incremental seats as well? Plus, any change in the selection process itself, like giving importance to the class 10, 12th marks, which has been there? Any other assessment criteria being introduced, or removal of those criteria from the previous years? Any one of you? Dr. Raveesh, if you can talk about both,
Yeah.
and then we'll definitely come to Jammu.
When we talk about IIM Bodh Gaya, this year we have increased the seat to 120, seeing that many Indians, they are not able to, a good student, not able to find seats. So last time also we faced many parents used to call for a seat, but because we have limited seat, we could not. So taking into that to cater the, better, to a nation's things, we have increased seat to 120. So this year we'll have two sessions. That's one thing. And secondly, we have changed the selection criteria. The criteria is the minimum eligibility is 60%, the 60% in 10th and 60% in 12th. Then if you have this 60% in both, then your selection is completely based on the JIPMAT score. It's a 100% JIPMAT score. So if you don't need to worry, the students, many students will worry, I have only 60% marks, so I may not be able to, or I have scored 80% in 10th only, but 65 in 12th. You don't need to worry. So you don't need to worry about your percentage at 12th or 10th. You just ensure that you have 60% secured in these two. Then the rest is your JIPMAT score. So please prepare today onwards and apply for JIPMAT. Here you have a wonderful opportunity. If you have scored a higher percentage in JIPMAT, you are in IIM Bodh. You will be getting eligibility at IIM Bodh. So we have changed that criteria.
Okay, that's wonderful. So, in fact, two great news, I would say. One is the incremental seats. So, you have now almost doubled the number of seats which was there last year. And the second is you have removed the academic percentage criteria, which was there earlier, actually. So,
And
I'm
there is
sure
no interview. There is no
no
interview
interview.
as well.
So that would give some relief to the students, actually, because they also get worried about the personality assessment part, actually, because then they'll have to prepare separately for that, and they don't know how it will. What about Jammu, Dr. Rashmi? Any changes, or the criteria remains the
No,
same?
our criteria more or less remain the same. We are still taking 60 students, and the JIPMAT weightage will be 60%, but we are considering 10th and 12th mark as well. As Professor Ravi said, so there is two different school of thought. One school of thought believes that marks is not important. Another school of thought believes that one day may not decide a student's whole career. 3 hours. So he has also performed in the school level. So why not ignore that? So we have deliberated on that, but our still that we are giving 15% weightage to 10th and 15% weightage to 12th. Rest thing remains same.
Okay, so so any obviously it's a institution's call, and everybody has a different thought actually behind that. So I'm sure there is a good rationale behind that. No personality assessment is being done. No personal interviews. Well, it's a good news from a student perspective. So I'm sure they would be having that. Tanmay, we have already answered this question. So, yeah, it is in some point of time. So, the same question Tanmay is asking about the boys. So, well, most of the other institutions, if you look at, when it comes to selections to the UG program, they do have this personality assessment criteria. Why not for both the campuses? I am both Gaya and Jammu. Was there a specific reason you guys have not put in that interview or maybe a group discussion thing
Uh,
at that first place?
yeah, actually, we believe for MBA, it's must. A personality test is must because we doesn't have much time. It's just 2 years, and the first year it's all core courses, and the second year will be placement and related things. So we doesn't have much time to train a student, or we doesn't have time. If we are not taken a good student, a post-graduate student, then it will be very tough for us to train him in the 2 years. But here we have 5 years, and we have we have prepared a curriculum in such a fashion that any kind of student can be transformed, and we are here to transform them. And that is why we have yoga, we have music, dance, and everything, every courses. So, and we have communication course from the right beginning, from first semester class. And Professor Durga ma'am is here, so she can answer in if she would like to. So it is like that we have planned. So we believe that here we don't require actually a student should be in that level, so that but in the process student will get into it. Yeah, please.
Actually, while the admission uh, the plan was being laid out, it was one of the questions which was discussed. And this is predominantly to remove any biases between rural and urban students, or people who are in vernacular language school or in English medium school. Because if you take this, a student's how fluently he or she is able to communicate is not a benchmark of his or her knowledge level. So once by entrance test, we have tested their knowledge and mentality. So I think it is more than good enough, okay, to take state them. And also what Dr. Ravi said, that we are taking students and we are investing in them. We are putting so much effort. So any student, irrespective of his or her background, his or her schooling, whether he's from urban or rural or whatever vernacular medium, there is enough scope to come at par with any student from any background. So that's why we don't want to get into this. Of course, in MBA, as he rightly said, the time is short. It is post graduation. Probably the scope to inculcate those skills are less. So we pay more importance there. But here it is not taken into account.
And just
Okay.
add one more thing, like our mantra is merit. The merit is what our focus. So we always believe merit. So again, rightly, Rashmi sir said, we don't want to differentiate the rural or urban people who somebody can go and coaching centers and get coached, and then they might be present better, but a rural student may not have such opportunities, so they may lose. So we don't want to lose their opportunities just because of there is an interview. So if he has a quality, he has a merit, then he is eligible, he can come in. So for that reason only, in both the campuses, we are even providing a need based financial assistance to these students. So we are students, somebody from economically weaker section, they think that they don't have sufficient money to study because the fees are little higher. So what to do? So they don't need to worry at all, just apply for JIPMAT. Because of that reason only, we kept our admission fees very very low. It's we are not, actually we are not charging any admission fees. It's only a NTA charging for the examination, JIPMAT examination. They are charging fees, that is a 2,000 for both the campuses. If they apply for JIPMAT, that is applying to Jammu as well as both Gaya. Other than that, we are not charging any money from them, thinking that any and section category students get again lesser amount only they need to pay. So otherwise, it is we are giving opportunity to everybody. And somebody has a coming from economic weaker section, we are providing a need based financial assistance, as well as we are providing assistance for loan assistance also, without any collateral. The student will get loan without any collateral. just in his name, not in his joint account with parents, and that too, at a very cheaper interest rate. That's the lowest, I think, in any other things. So that is why our focus is merit. It's only merit. So we thought of not having an interview there. Thank you.
Wonderful. So, in fact, just now you have answered two queries. One was bang on. Actually, while you are speaking, we have a question coming out. Do we have to fill separate forms for both IIM Jammu and Bodh Gaya? And I'm sure you have answered. We do not, your students do not need to fill separate forms. All you have to do is fill the JIPMAT form, appear for the examination, and if you have done well, you'll be automatically considered based on the cutoff. So, coming back to JIPMAT, while the exam is conducted by a different agency, it's a government body, you have handed it over to them. So NTA will be conducting the examination again for this year as well, the JIPMAT examination. Do students expect any change because it was conducted for the first time? So if you can give, I'm not saying probably from an exam perspective all the details, but if you can throw in some light about the examination, any changes can be expected or what it was last year in terms of the level of difficulty or the so-called syllabus kind of. Because there was some at some point of time, I have also heard that the level of mathematics might go up this year. So that's why.
Rashmi sir, you can answer.
Okay, so last year was the first year, and there are some observation that the test difficulty level may go up little bit. So this time probably the overall, I'm not saying any particular section or anything, the overall difficulty level may be more than the last year. I'm not saying it is very high, but it is maybe more than last year. The JIPMAT exam, the same 3 sections are there. The quantitative aptitude, the other section will be data interpretation and logical reasoning. The third section will be verbal ability and reading comprehension. And all these things are till the school level, 10th level, whatever student have studied till their schooling. This is only applicable to, the question will be pertaining to this. So that's why we are also repeatedly saying, so anybody who has not prepared or decided late, okay, they can just appear a few mock tests or just brush up their basics of school level knowledge, and they are good to go. So there is no issue. So that's a similar pattern, but yes, that difficulty level may be little higher, but it is for everybody. So nothing to worry.
Okay. Dr. Durba, this is more from an academic perspective, and this is a question I face quite often from the students. And I think this is also what is stopping most of the students in the country to even think about IPM. And this is about mathematics as a subject in class 11th and 12th. Somehow, trying our best, in fact, talking about this, I think we have still not been able to shatter that myth. Well, it's not a requirement, we all know, but a lot of students, parents believe that if you're not good in mathematics, first of all, you will not be able to clear the entrance. And the second is you will not be able to cope up with the program itself. So mathematics is very important when it comes to management programs. How true is it actually?
Well, the beauty of the IPM program is that it eases the student into a UG curriculum. So even when you do not possess the necessary background in terms of mathematics per se, the program will equip you with the right tools so that you take your own time with the subject. In the long run, of course, once you come into your PG, you will require mathematics. But I think 3 years' time with enough support from the faculty members as well as your peers will make you quite equipped in the subject altogether. So all the people who are apprehensive about mathematics, I would say that you can take a jump with IPM, and you will be ready in terms of the subject by the time you arrive for your MBA times.
Okay.
Adding to what Durga Madam said, see, like IPM at indoor and Rohtak and all, it's if you see the course structure, it's complete mathematics. There are other courses, but the maximum, the percentage, if you see, some 60% is mathematics only. But for us, it's not. I mentioned earlier itself, we have balanced it completely. So we have mathematics papers around, it can say 10 to 15% is a mathematics subject, and again starting from very basics to advanced. So in the student who was not even from the mathematics can easily learn the mathematics. Thank you.
Okay, so I'll once go back for once again to the students from the campuses. So maybe Ojal can answer this. Ojal, how what has been your background actually? So I think the students would relate to. And coming from a specific background, did you face any difficulties when you entered into this program? And I think all of you can answer this. So was your background any some sort of demerit when you entered into the IPM program?
So, sir, I was from the commerce with maths background. So I already, so again, this question of whether or not does it affect if you don't have a maths background. So, sir, like after almost now we're about to complete our first year, I feel that it's not really something that if you don't have maths and you can't do well in the course, it's not like that. Because as sir has mentioned that right from the first semester, slowly the subjects and the topics are again introduced so that even those people who do not have a maths background are able to learn those topics. And it is taught in such a manner that everybody comes back on the same page. So that was something which I felt that it's the good part about here. And did not really face any issues with regards to my background when it came to my semester.
Yeah, that's good. So, Ravish sir, we have a question. What is the cutoff marks for JIPMAT for I am Bodh Gaya? This is specifically for you.
No, see, JIPMAT, we have only less experience. That's 1 year we conducted. Now this is second year. So we really don't know how many number of students are going to write this time. What is their, ability to get the score. So right now we are not set any cutoff, but there is going to be a sectional cutoff this time. This time we are going to have a sectional cutoff. The sectional cutoff we'll decide only after seeing the results, not now. After seeing the result, we will have a sectional cutoff. But there is no sectional time limit, so student can write any from any section for any point in time. But ensure that you appeared in all the section. You have secured a minimum mark in each section, so that you will not be out from the sectional cutoff. So that's it.
Well, that's a news. Any similar plans at IIM Jammu, Dr. Rashmi?
Actually, we have actually decided the cutoff. Okay, if you see on our website, we have already declared that before that. So for general candidate, it's section wise 50 cutoff. Okay, and for other category student, it is either 30, 35 or even 25. So depending on different category, it is different. So this is minimum cutoff, but as it is purely based on merits, I am sure many people will clear on this. So based on the last year's data, I think there are many people who were above this benchmark. So we have kept very low benchmark so that maximum pool can be accommodated. So we have decided on that.
Okay. This is a question has come up. Is percentile or marks? No, we are talking about marks. I'm sure it's not talking about percentile. So from a student perspective, all those attending right now and those who will be watching this later, so that's a news from IIM Bodh Gaya, I would say. First of all, they have increased the number of seats that he spoke about, but they would also be looking at sectional cutoff, which means you have to perform really well. Jammu has been doing this, and as Dr. Rashmi mentioned, so for each of the categories, they have already mentioned it. So that's a bare minimum requirement. You have to necessarily do well over that. And when you are competing, moreover, cutoff is, I believe, dependent on the performance. So you guys, what you will perform, that will define the cutoff for the paper this year. But before we go for the final round of the session, here's a reminder for everyone. If you have not applied to JIPMAT till now, the last date is 9th of June, and you can do so only up to 5 p.m. So there's a timeline to it, 5 p.m., 9th of June. So if you have not filled the form, don't miss out on the opportunity. You have just 4 days left. Don't wait for the last moment. You have to do it. No, you don't need to fill out separate forms for both the institutions. Once you have filled JIPMAT, you have appeared for the examination. Based on your performance, both the institutions will automatically consider you for admission process. So you don't have to fill out different forms for that matter. Okay, one last question to Dr. Raveesh and Dr. Rashmi. If you can share your tips to the students last 30 days, in fact, even not 30 days, I would say 27 days are now left for the examination. So if you can share your little insight about what they should do in next 27 days to prepare for the examination itself. You are muted.
It's better Madhav answer this question because they are the student who who
Yeah, they have
experience.
already done that. They are prepared for it.
Yeah, so they are the best person. So either Madhav or Soumya can answer. Madhav, I think you can go for this answer.
Yeah. So I would first say that 30 days is very enough to prepare for the entrance. First, you can just see the previous year question paper we have recently uploaded on the website of IIM Bodh previous week. So one can get idea about the questions which are being asked in JIPMAT, what topics are being covered. So since the syllabus is still class 10th level, you can brush up your topics till class 10th level, then practice a lot of questions. And the most important thing would be to give mocks and analyze them where do you do your mistakes. And what personally I did wrong during my preparation was that I gave much time to maths and not to English. So you should give equal weightage and equal time to all the sections and include variety in your studies. That's all. And then you will be ready to go. And not to worry that you are having 7 days or 10 days to prepare. Those are also enough. Just you need to believe in yourself and you will crack it.
Okay. So first of all, most important is to have that belief in yourself. That's very important. We have a question. So the date is final, is expected to change? No. In fact, I can answer this question. The date is not going to change. The exam date is itself decided. So obviously, they also need time. The agency which is conducting the examination, NTA, will need time to prepare the centers, the admit cards for you guys. So 9th is the last date, 5 p.m. Please apply if you have not. Don't wait with the thought that probably the dates might get extended. Is that happened for the other examination? This is not going to happen. Board exams are now getting over very soon, so the exams will happen on time itself. So that's not going to change. I think we have covered everything from that perspective, and it was great to hear from the students, Ritamra, Madhav, Soumya, Ojal, all of you. It was really great to hear your insight. I'm sure the students do feel connected when they see their seniors and when they listen to their experiences. So I would first of all, to thank each one of you for being here today for this session. I'm sure the youngsters, your juniors, have got benefited from your presence today in this. And the one word of advice from each of the senior members, Dr. Raveesh, Dr. Rashmi, and Dr. Durba, for the students, what they should do. Obviously, as you forget about the entrance examination, any specific word of advice you would like to give to the prospective students for your campuses?
See, it's a wonderful opportunity. In my time, I don't have such opportunities. I didn't get it. So it's a wonderful opportunity that I am started now. So please don't miss it. Just another 2-3 days only. So don't think that I may not be able to crack the JIPMAT exam or whether I will be in the cutoff. So irrespective of things, please take a chance. Once you get into, you are into a institute of national importance. It's an IIM. So whatever it is, an IIM. So that's it all. So please apply and try your luck and get into this wonderful institute. Thank you.
Yeah. Ranjan, sir?
Yeah, I'll say, any student who has right kind of attitude, who is ready to learn, who, believes in himself, must go forward to take this opportunity. And at this point, I will also request the parents to look, as I'm saying, look beyond and explore this opportunity, which gives not only fulfilling career, but, good status and reputation in society as a successful, your children. All of us want to see our children as successful. So that's why give your children a chance. Okay, let them express themselves. And the most important thing is enjoying. It's not about thinking about whether I can crack it, whether it is too difficult, what is the timeline, what is the cutoff. The most important thing is just don't think about swimming, jump into the river, and by God's grace you will learn how to swim. If you think on the bank and think how to swim, and how, what could be the my angle of hand, how should go for butterfly or reverse, then you will only be theoretical. So people who have gone ahead by facing it face to face, those people are successful. If you don't appear, there is only one chance of, that is failure. If you appear, there is 50% chance of success. So go for it, and all the best.
Dr. Durga?
Everyone, I speak directly to you the program is designed in such a manner that there is space for everyone. For the shy soul out there who is who doesn't talk too much, to people from different academic background, whether you studied with maths, without maths, to even people with different social backgrounds, different communities coming from different regions of India. So I would say that whatever fears you have, please let go of them and definitely sit for the examination and try your hand at the program, because I'm sure all of you out there will flourish in the program. Thank you.
Thank you so, so much. That's so nice of you. One final question. I would take this up. In fact, the I knew that this would come at some point of stage during this discussion. The JIPMAT exam is also scheduled on 3rd of July, and the Symbiosis entrance test is also scheduled on 3rd of July. But for the students who are worried about the two, I'm sure this has been taken care of. All you have to do is, when you are applying for both the examination, in case you are applying for both the examination, select the same city for the writing the entrance examination, because set is in morning slot, JIPMAT is in evening slot. So they have taken care of that, so you can write both the examination in case you are applying for both of that. So I'm sure you don't have any difficulty except for selecting that center. So please select the examination city preference should be such that both these centers are in the same city actually. So unfortunately, you can't do anything about that, because I believe every institution would have preferred, and especially the IIMs would have preferred, this entrance to have been conducted in the month of May, so that they could have started their curriculum well on time in the first week of July. I'm sure they also understand this has been delayed. Hopefully from next year, things would fall back to what we have seen till 2019. So everything would be back in place. So with that, first of all, let me thank the audience, all the students who have been attending this session today, and especially the parents who joined. IPM is a wonderful opportunity. You must look forward to it. And I believe what is important, if you have not known or if you have not seen this, I would request each one of you to visit the respective websites of IIM Bodh Gaya and IIM Jammu. Learn more about the program. I think that would give you that sense of confidence. This is a very different program. I've been very vocal about this. This is a very different from the regular undergraduate management program, and you must try to get into this program. Utilize your 3 years over there, and I'm sure your foundation for being a good manager, not just a business manager, but being a good social manager, will also be laid out in those 3 years. So I think IPM has come up as a wonderful opportunity, and especially with these two institutions, the issues of national importance, when they have come forward to offer this to you, I think you should be grabbing it by both hands. With that, we come to an end of the session. And before I finish that, let me first take the opportunity to thank Dr. Raveesh, Dr. Rashmi Ranjan, and Dr. Durga Banerjee for being here, having taken out time on this Sunday evening. I'm sure we all have a busy schedule. You had a busy schedule, and I know IIM's classes even happen on Sunday. But thank you all for having come forward to do this session with Career Launcher. Uh, for the benefit of the students, for the prospective students, that's very important. And all the students from the first year, Ritambra, Madhav, Soumya, Ojal, Swati, thank you for being here today. And I'm sure students, when they have heard about your experiences, how did you prepare when Madhav spoke about, I'm sure they have that sense of confidence now, and they would clearly look forward to. And I'm sure in the next 1 hour, you'll have more JIPMAT forms being filled actually. So thank you so much, all the panel members, and I wish all the best to all the prospective students who are appearing for the examinations this year. I'm sure each one of you will do well and have success in these examinations.
Thank you, Mr.
Thanks.
Abhitendra, for a wonderful session. It was
Exactly.
really
Thank you.
well coordinated.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.